Hi friends. So today we are here to learn a very important part in our daily conversation, which is going to be vocabulary idioms. So let's just start with these idioms. So these idioms are sayings that we use in our conversation so that we are able to explain people whatever we wish to say in a better manner, right? So let's just start with this over here. The first one that we have is beat around the bush. Now, when we say someone is beating around the bush, that means they are trying to avoid the actual point, or they are trying to avoid the actual point of conversation or actual reason of conversation, which because of which we are having a discussion, right? Next that we have is get your act together. So the meaning of get your act together is to get organized and do the things effectively, or perhaps to take control of your actions. Next that we have is hit the sack. Now the meaning of hit the sack is go to sleep, simple as that. Next one that we have is your guess is as good as mine. So when we are saying that your guess is as good as mine, it means I do not know. Simple as that. I do not have the knowledge. Next that we have is you good things come to those who wait. All right. Now the meaning of good things come to those who wait is to have patience, to exercise patience. All right. Back against the wall. So to have one's back against the wall means to be stuck in a difficult circumstance with no escape visible. Next that we have is up in arms. Now if we say that one is up in arms or they are up in arms, it means they are being grumpy or angry about something and they are protesting about something. Next that we have is scrape the barrel. So the meaning of scrape the barrel is making the most of the worst situation or things because you can't do anything about it. All right. So you can say that, making an opportunity out of a catastrophe. Next one that we have is burn your boat or bridges. The meaning of burn your boats or bridges is doing something that makes it impossible to go back to the original state. Alright, so I hope guys, from beat around the bush to burn your boats or burn your bridges, you have been able to understand this nicely. Let's see the next slide that we have here. Next one that we have is break fresh ground or break new ground. The meaning of break fresh ground or break new ground is doing something that has never been done before. So doing something for the first time. Next one that we have is sell like hotcakes. Now the meaning of sell like hotcakes is something, any entity or any product which sells out quickly. Next one that we have is run around in circles. The meaning of run around in circles is putting efforts into something that is not a worthwhile result. Alright, next one that we have is on cloud 9. Now the meaning of on cloud 9 is being very happy about something. Next one that we have is left out in the cold. The meaning of left out in the cold is being completely ignored by someone. Next one that we have is blow hot and cold. Now what's the meaning of blow hot and cold? It means alternate inconsistently between moods and actions. So let's just say like someone is very happy at one moment and the next moment that person is very sad. Alright, so someone you can say who has a bipolar disorder, someone with a bipolar disorder can be called as someone who blows hot and cold very quickly. Or let's just say a person who's having mood swings can also be called as a person who's blowing in hot and cold instantly. Next one that we have is cut corners. So the meaning of cut corners is doing something in an easier and least expensive manner or in shortcuts. Next one that we have is boil the ocean. Now the meaning of boil the ocean is taking up almost impossible or overly ambitious project, something which is certainly impossible to implement, right? That is boil the ocean. That's the usage of boil the ocean. Like Pakistan's claim of defeating India in a war is like boiling the ocean, because that is an over ambitious project which is never going to come true and they know it. So let's just proceed. Let's see the next one that we have. The next one that we have is keep an ear to the ground. Now the meaning of keep an ear to the ground is staying informed and updated about everything. Alright, so whatever is happening, you stay updated about it and you keep everything under your watch, or perhaps to be informed about everything. Next that we have is eat like a horse. So eat like a horse or eat like a pig or a pig out means to eat excessively, eating too excessively. Alright, next one that we have is a snowball effect. A snowball effect means, so the aspect of momentum in every event and how they build up upon each other. Alright, so a series of events that just combine into a very big and explosive entity So, or a very big and explosive problem. So that is called a snowball effect. So I hope guys that all the terms, all the idioms that we saw so far are nice and you have nicely understood them. I'll do one more thing. So far these are very easy idioms. That's why I just simply told you the meaning of them. Now we'll see some advanced idioms with their meanings and also the way they are used in a sentence, right? So let's begin with them. Next one that we have is in for a penny, in for a pound. Now the meaning for in for a penny, in for a pound is that someone is intentionally investing his time or money for a particular project or a task. Alright. So when Atlead was booming, Jim was in for a penny and in for a pound. That's how much dedicated he was. Alright. So to be fully dedicated to any particular cause and to completely invest in it. Alright. Next that we have is a bird in hand is better than the two in the bush. That means an opportunity in hand that you have at the moment currently is better than a prospect in the future, because time never repeats itself, and don't count your chickens before they hatch. Alright. So the detective apprehended 3 criminals and saw other one running but didn't chase him because she knew a bird in hand is better than the 2 in the bush. Next that we have is chip of the old block. Now what's the meaning of chip of the old block? That means a person is similar in behavior or actions like his parents. Alright. So when grandmother saw her grandson collecting coins like her son used to do, she knew he was a chip of the whole old block. So basically having some similarities with your parents. Next that we have is do unto others as you would have them unto you. So that simply means that treat people the same way you want to be treated, right? So I felt Peter was a little cold today towards that homeless man. He should do unto others as he would have them to do unto him, because who knows about time. So I hope guys, so far so good, all these 24 idioms completely clear. Let's see the next one. Next that we have is don't cry over spilt milk. Now what's the meaning of that? So don't cry over what has happened, as it cannot be fixed. Walter failed his examination, but his dad came and said just one thing: son, don't cry over spilt milk. Alright, let's proceed. Let's see the next one. Every cloud has a silver lining. Bad things one day eventually lead to good things. Alright, see, yesterday you were so morose and sad, morose means extremely sad, as your phone was stolen, but look at you today, you got a promotion. It is rightly said that every cloud has a silver lining. Next that we have is beside yourself with joy. It means to be extremely happy. I can see that you are beside yourself with joy on being selected for the job. Congratulations. Next that we have is fair and square. The meaning of fair and square is being direct or fair. To tell you fair and square, I did everything that I was meant to do, but I still feel unfulfilled. So I hope guys, from don't try over spilt milk to fair and square, this is completely clear to you. Next that we have is having an ace up the sleeve. Now what's the meaning of having an ace up the sleeve? It means have an advantage that is currently being withheld for future purposes. Brian kept quiet at the board meeting. Who knew he had an ace hidden up his sleeve the whole time? Now, next that we have is a black sheep. So being a disgrace for the family. They don't talk about Olive anymore. Turns out he was the black sheep for the family because he married someone else while he was still arranged to his fiancée. Alright, let's see the next one. Hook, line and sinker. It means doing something or trying to achieve something with thoroughness and passion. Now, the example over here is, I have set my mind to go through the spreadsheets by Monday and I am working for it, hook, line and sinker. Alright, so doing something with complete passion. Next that we have is looking to your laurels. It means not to be lost in your achievements and losing the sight of what is supposed to happen. So look to your laurels, but do not rest on it. Do not forget the reality of present. So I hope guys, all these 32 idioms completely clear to you.